Good morning, I have my coffee, but I don't have access to ChatGPT Bing, so let's make it ourselves. Let's see how far we can get in just a few minutes here. Okay, this is Marcel from the future from the end of the video, so let me just give you a quick demo of what we can do here. So, what is your question? How did Google respond to ChatGPT's popularity? Right, because that's a very recent thing that's been going on. And so it's searching, and then we're gonna have to wait a bit for the answer here. Okay, so Google responded to ChatGPT's popularity by announcing their own AI-powered chatbot called Bard, which is based on their language model Lambda. See, this is a really good answer, and this is based on very recent information. See, now we can actually have a conversation and ask it about things that are happening. Tim, don't sit in front of my laptop. Okay. It is not the same model as ChatGPT. This is GPT-3, which is the basis which is the basis of ChatGPT. But ChatGPT includes some fine-tuning to make it very well suited to have conversations and to have long conversations with. So that is a feature we don't have that well. But as you can see, this works pretty well. And we're going to see that it's not that hard to build. So yeah, you can just follow along. Here's the plan. I didn't prepare, I didn't make this beforehand, so we'll be coding together in Python. And what we want to do is we want to build a chatbot or something you can ask, at least you can ask a question to it. And then it would go to the internet, search for your answer, and then use the results from the internet to form like a legit answer to your question instead of just giving the search results, right? And just to make it more interesting, we can use Google instead of Bing. That's much nicer. Nice. Okay, let's go. So we're used to chatting with ChatGPT as a chat interface, right? You can ask it a question or you tell it something and it will respond. So GPT-3 is the model that's at the background working there for ChatGPT. And GPT-3 is basically a text completion system. So it's like on your phone when you're typing, your keyboard tells you what the next word is going to be. That's basically what it does. Now, OpenAI, they've been smart. They've also trained it on completing answers from questions. So you can ask it something and then it will answer it. But with GPT-3, you need to give it a bit more context. You need to tell it exactly what to do in order for it to then do it. So instead of just saying what you would say to the chatbot, you will have to say something like, oh, this is a conversation between a chatbot and a user. The chatbot says this. The user says this. The chatbot says, and then you ask it to complete. So what we're going to do here, we're going to build a prompt that says, okay, I want you to use the following web sources. And then we list out the sources. And then we say, now I want you to answer the following question. Here's the question. Here's the answer. And then we let it complete. All right, so that's how we're going to use the GPT-3 API directly. So, of course, we start with our favorite code editor, ChatGPT. And we're just going to ask it to, let's see how far I can get. So, write me a Python script that is following. So, we want first collect or ask, no, get a user query from command line input to search Google with that query. 3, put the Google search results with the query in a call to OpenAI and answer the question. Actually, I'll change the query to question so that it's really sure that it's always the same thing. Okay, let's go. Aha. So Google cannot do it. No scripting. I thought there was a Google API. Google API Python, no? Okay, Marcel from the future here. At this point, I took quite some time to figure out which package to use to do the actual web searches. And so it's a bit boring, so I'll just skip over it. In the end, like Google does not have an API, or at least an easy to use API that you can use in Python to get search results, but Bing has one, and we're going to use that. They don't have a Python package, but they can do HTTP requests, so that's what we will use. So I'll kind of skip forward to that realization. It moved, so this sounds like it still exists, right? And we do a request. Option apparent, we have the response. Format and display the response. As URL name snippet. Right? That's what we want, no? Yeah. So okay, so we'll so we'll add this in here. Damn it, this is so complicated. So Bing search API key. Let's do this. Oh, no. Bing search endpoints. Cool. So we have this. Market. So this is actually in the search method. So let's do def search query. All right, then I will put all of this in there. Now we kind of know what's going to happen. Search query. So the results will be just search query here. Search for the question, actually. Question. Cool. So what do we need? We need import requests. We need Bing search API here. Up. Bing search endpoints. Cool. Bprint. I suppose that's a package. Bprint. Okay. Oh. From bprint import. Yeah, that. I want that. I want that. Cool. Formatter. Yeah, you can use a formatter. That's fine. So what do we still need? We need, request is already there. So that's good. So it looks like we have all the packages. What we don't have is these keys. So let's go get them. Okay, so I have to make this resource now. I'm going to skip over that because it's going to show like secrets and stuff, but I will go to the Azure portal and make this resource real quick. Okay, so we created the search thing here. Actually, it has a free tier, so that's pretty cool. For 3 requests per minute, that's enough for this. So that's probably going to work. We need to delete the query here. I put them in my environment file, so it's going to, well, I hope it's going to load it. So we have this, you have this, you have this. What's your question? Well, actually, let's see. Let's run this. Aha. Here, bring search version 7 subscription key. I probably need to load the env file. So, because it has this, how do I load a .env file? Okay, so we'll do the Python shell. Pip install python.env, and we just do .env. Okay, perfect. Yeah, please fix this for me. Import .env. Is that going to be the thing? .env. Yeah, perfect. So okay. Let's okay. So I don't know what the response of this is going to be, so I'll just have to run it, and then we'll see how we need to do put the results in the query. DaVinci 002. So this is how you can tell that ChatGPT is trained on all data. It doesn't know that DaVinci 002 it doesn't really exist anymore. You shouldn't use it. It's just an old bad version that's just as expensive, or maybe even more expensive. Okay, what's your question? How tall is the Eiffel Tower? Very boring question that everyone can answer. Okay, 404, not found. So I suppose maybe it's this double slash in here. Up. How old are you? 404. So wait, it's gonna tell me that this API doesn't exist. It said so here. Look. What's going on here, guys? How tall is the Eiffel Tower? Does it, can it tell me what the request is? Ah, it actually shows me what the response are. That's nice. So we actually have, okay, but that's interesting. Sample code. Yeah, okay. Search v7 endpoint slash v7.0. Oh, there's no slash Bing there. There we go. So, how tall is the Eiffel Tower? Okay, perfect. So, yeah, no results found, of course, because you don't know what the thing looks like. This is interesting. So we have JSON response. Let's close this. Can we pull this to the side? Because that's going to be much nicer for me. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so we have the response.json, and this is gonna, I suppose this is a dict that it returns. Actually, to be fair, I'm not super used to Python. It happened yesterday. Yeah, okay, so okay, there we go. So we have the, okay, we don't need to print the headers. We're not gonna print this. So we have JSON equals response.json. Okay, so now we have JSON. Oh, what does it say? JSON web pages value. So by the way, this auto completion, this is GitHub Copilot. So I'm fully in the matrix of AI development here. Entities value. I suppose that's what it looked like here, no? Right, web pages value. Yeah. So okay, so we have web pages equals this. Okay, so print error no results. Pages. Okay, so this is indeed returning the results as an array. So what we want now is we don't want to put everything in here, but we actually want to just have the, let's say we have the say we have the name, the URL, and then the snippet, right? So what we want to do is we want to have results prompts. Let's first turn them into prompts, right? Yeah, something like this. That's exactly what I want. So we have. Can I iterate over the index here? Okay, whatever. Let's do it first like this. Source. So we have the title. We're just gonna tell GPT that this is the title, URL. And then we also want here contents. Come on, get to Copilot. You can do it. Give it to me. No? Okay, I'll figure it out myself. Snippet. Okay, snippet. Results. Snippets. There we go. So now we have. Now we have prompt equals. What's this going on here? Question length question. Ah. No, differently. Okay. Use. Yes, perfect. Thank you. This is what I want. To answer your question. So we join the results. Okay. And then we do actually question. And then we have the answer. Okay, you need to close the quote here, please. So what we did here is we built a prompt. The prompt says, okay, use these sources to answer the question. We have those prompts that we created. Then we have the question, and then we wanted to complete the answer. To answer your question, that's weird. The question. Okay, so we have the prompt here. Prompts. This is just prompt. Cool. And one, yeah, sure, fair. Temperature 0.5. That's boring. Low temperatures are boring. The temperature is a metric of how creative it's going to be. So a low temperature is going to make GPT-3 give a bit more conservative and repeatable answers. So a temperature of 0 means that it will always give the same answer. It's not guaranteed to be exactly the same, but it'll be almost the same answer. Well, if you put temperature all the way up to 1, it's going to be something completely different, something very creative, maybe even outside of your prompt. So high temperature is more interesting, but it's probably a bit less, let's say, truthful or something. Anyways, it's something to play around with. Okay, so we have the search. Cool. Actually, I want to print the prompt here because I don't know if it's good. I don't know if it's gonna work. Let's see here. So, okay, what happened yesterday? Non-type object is not iterable. That's interesting. What did I do wrong here? What's none? Okay, well, let's print results. Hey. Okay, so our results is none. That's a problem. What did we do wrong here? Do we do search? We searched for something. Oh, we should return this. Okay, so that's probably just gonna be it now. Let's delete this extra print line. What happened on January 1st, 2023, right? Okay, so this is pretty long. Okay, that's fine. There we go. Okay. On January 1st, 2023, Avengers actor Jeremy Renner was accidentally run over by a snowplow. Oh, breaking more than 30 bones in his body. Is that true? It was also the 7th and last day of God. Okay, that's interesting. So it is actually giving us something, right? So let's see here if this is actually true. So Jeremy Renner, is this guy actually? Okay, so there we go. Content January, February. Okay, lol. The event January is accidentally run over by snowplow. Okay, he took it. Nice. So we have Croatia adopted the euro. Let's see. Croatia adopted the euro. Croatia adopts the euro. Okay, so yeah, it's probably right or right-ish. So here you go. This is how easy it is to build this Bing API. So it is lacking a few features, but I want to stop here because this is like the basics, the fastest you can build something that's kind of useful. So, well, one of the things is it's a bit long, and in the GPT-3 API you pay per token. So the longer the thing, the more you're gonna pay for it. And also, we just have these very short snippets. Of course, Bing already figured out the most important part of the web page for a query, so that's okay. But ideally, you want to have more context to actually answer our questions. So the next thing we might do is we might actually go into these websites, download them, and then use another feature that OpenAI also provides called an embedding that will allow us to search inside of the website, and we pick out the most important parts from the website. And then we build up our prompt with more of the content of each of the websites so you can build a more detailed and correct answer. To do that, we'll probably need to have less results than it's probably 10 here, right? So we want to have less results in this in the question we're asking because it cannot take too much content. Those are things we can do next. If you're interested in that, please let me know, and then we can code it together. So yeah, right now we're here, right? We don't need to wait on Microsoft to give us access to pass through the wait list. And we have the internet that we can just ask it a question and build something with GPT. If you want this to be like a conversation as before, then you will need to expand this to allow it to repeat. So you can ask multiple questions. And then what you do is you have this question column, answer column. You just put the other questions below there so that there's a conversation. And maybe you want to do multiple web searches. So you'll need to figure out, when do I actually do a web search? And if you're doing multiple web searches, it's going to get very long. So you'll need to figure out when, like, do I remove the previous part of the conversation, or do I summarize it? You can ask GPT-3 to summarize something. So those are a lot of more things to think about. Let me know in the comments what kind of tickles your mind the most, and then we can figure out how you build this together. So thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to keep seeing my contents. Let me know what you liked about this, what you didn't like about it, and then we'll continue with life, because life is cool. Thank you for watching.